Hello, my name is Christopher Hettenbach, Director of Choral Activities and Artistic Director of the South Opera Theater of the South High School Music Department. Although I'm in my second year with the Great Neck Public Schools, I'm well acquainted with the fine talent our students possess in music. Music they sing, play, and even compose. Now some of that credit has to go to their teachers, who also have great talent in the area of performance. Recently, 7 of these educators, including myself, gave a faculty recital at the North High School to help increase our Music Scholarship Fund. The fund helps Great Neck music students through scholarship grants, special music awards, trips to music festivals, and more. The performers you're about to see are by no means the only faculty members who can sing or play an instrument in a concert setting. They are rather a cross-section of the very diverse and talented members of the Great Neck Music faculty. And now, on behalf of the faculty and Music Scholarship Fund they support, with your help, I present the 2nd Annual Music Faculty Recital. Helene Alexander studied piano with Rebecca Davidson, a pupil of Wanda Landowski and Leopold Godowski. Ms. Alexander began her teaching career in the New York City Public Schools. Since 1978, she has taught at the E.M. Baker School. She has also been a member of the Parkville, Saddle Rock, and Kennedy facilities. Ms. Alexander is the pianist with the Brookbridge Trio.
Well, I enjoy watching children experience music, and I think it should be a fun experience as well as a learning experience. I combine the both. Especially with young children, it has to be not static. It has to be something that continues on and moves, and they relate to it because children are moving creatures. You know, they hate to sit still for long periods, and I bear that in mind in my teaching. And as I said, I've had the experience of Dalcroze Eurythmics, solfege. Also, I have an ORF certificate, and I bought the instruments at Baker School, and we use them, you know, to accompany our singing and to make up tunes. It's a great experience. I never had that as a child.
Dan Tomaselli is part of the music faculties at both North and South middle schools. He made his professional debut as Otello in Italy under the artistic direction of the renowned conductor Francesco Molinari Padrelli. Mr. Tomaselli has sung throughout Europe, Mexico, Germany, Austria, and France, as well as given concerts in the United States. He performed at President Kennedy's inaugural gala and on the Voice of America radio program with his high school combined chorus of 250 voices. Great Neck has seen his productions of Oliver, Fiddler on the Roof, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Oklahoma, Bye Bye Birdie, and the drama Up the Down Staircase.
It's a wonderful up day for me. I'm one of those teachers that get up in the morning and say, well, I can't wait to get to school, because the kids give me so much love back and so much of a feedback. And it's something that I hope I can do for the next 25 years of my life.
L'aurora di bianco vestita, già l'uscio desciù del gran sol, di già con le rosse sentita, carezza de fiori lo stuol, commosso da un fremito incarno, intorno il creato già par, di tunanti desti ed in vano mi sto qui dolenti al cantar. Metti anche tu la veste bianca e sul deluscio al tuo cantar, ove non sei la luce manca, ove tu sei nasce l'amor. Metti anche tu la veste bianca e su deluscio al tuo cantar, non sei la luce manca, ove tu sei
Susan Bloom joined the Great Neck faculty in 1979 and currently teaches band and orchestra at the E.M. Baker School. Prior to working in Great Neck, she was a member of the music department in the Westbury Public Schools. In addition to teaching, Ms. Bloom has been a member of several community orchestras. Presently, she is the principal second violinist of the Greenwich Village Orchestra. She is also a member of the Brookbridge Trio, along with fellow Great Neck faculty members Helene Alexander and Maureen Melita.
Teaching music is very important. I think that's something that all children should be exposed to. It's the development of ear training, listening skills, reading skills, math skills, the development of physical coordination. I always like to think that music was highly recommended, the teaching of music was highly recommended by Plato, Thomas Jefferson, and Albert Einstein. And I say you can't go wrong listening to those three gentlemen.
This is Joseph Rutkowski's third year as instrumental director at North High and as music department head at North Middle. He has performed solo recitals at Carnegie Recital Hall and has appeared as a concerto soloist and chamber music artist at major concert halls throughout the United States and Europe, and has performed chamber music and orchestral concerts with Galway and Rostropovich. Mr. Rutkowski has also authored several articles and research papers and lectured at many conferences. He was the symphony orchestra conductor and teacher at Stuyvesant High School for 8 years preceding his appointment in Great Neck.
It's always exciting hearing the whole ensemble play, the whole band or the whole orchestra. But what I love most about teaching orchestra and band is when I call on one of the less experienced students to play a passage from the repertoire or even a scale, and the rest of the students' eyes widen and they smile and nod in approval, showing that they know how hard this particular student is working to make as much progress as he or she is making. That's what I love most about teaching. So you won't know when we're wrong or when we're right. You won't even know when the second movement begins. But when Miss Bloom plucks the chord at the end, the whole thing is over and you can applaud.
Our next performer and the host of this program is Christopher Hettenbach, a lyric tenor. He's now in his second year as the Director of Choral Activities and Artistic Director of the South Opera Theater at the Great Neck South High School Music Department. Chris came to Great Neck from a beginning opera career. He holds 2 degrees from the Eastman School of Music in Music Education and Choral Conducting.
I'm a strong proponent of making learning fun and rewarding at the same time. I like to push my students to the limits and then stretch them just a little bit more. Singing is such a great form of expression because we use all we have: movement, language, body, and voice. The art of singing also enhances many of our personal characteristics that in turn improve our daily interaction with others. Denise Eisner, a Great Neck North graduate, is in her 21st year as a choral director and teacher of classroom music. Ms. Eisner recently was trained as an adjudicator for the NISMA Festival ratings and was an assistant conductor for the Nassau All-County 7 and 8 Choral Festival at the Tillis Center at C.W. Post College. Her current achievements at North Middle School include a choral work publication due in 1994 and The Has-Beens, a parent music group featured in the New York Times.
In addition to being a choral director, I also teach general music in the 6th and 7th grade, and I believe that kids should be actively involved in performing music. In our Yamaha keyboard class, the children do just that. They learn to read the language of music because they would like to be able to play it. It teaches pitch discrimination, basic rhythms, simple harmonies, eye-hand coordination, improves their dexterity, and music structure as it relates to music in their own compositions. These keyboards are also MIDI capable and will be connected to our computers in the next few weeks. I love working with the students. While they are being challenged, they are also having fun.
Instead of Deines mein ganzes Herz by Lehar, I would like to substitute Torna a Sorrento by Ernesto de Curtis.
Sen
ai giardini ordor de ranzi, un profumo naveguali, perci palpite del mor, e tu dissi o porti a Dio, ta lontani del me core, questi in ma non mi fuggir, non demmi più tormento, torna sorriento, non fare morrir.
Roger Ames came to Great Neck this fall from the University of Hartford, where he was chair of music theater. He's the choral director of the North High School Music Department and currently completing a textbook, Music, Words, Opera, for MMB Publishers in conjunction with Opera America and the team from Harvard's Project Zero. He is an active professional composer, having had musicals and operas produced in Paris, New York, Washington, D.C., Hartford, and London. Roger's composition, Love's Gift, will be performed at the Nassau All-County Music Festival in January.
I teach music because I love music, and I love music because it transcends language. And it allows us to communicate at a very deep and unspoken level. I teach music because teenagers inspire me, and I'm an artist myself, and it's continual renewal to work with talented teenagers who bring me and teach me a lot too. And I particularly enjoy teaching here because there's no lack of ambition. I have many young people who are as ambitious as I am, and that's pretty rare. And that's why I'm here.
We're going to make you wait one more group before the special guest artist, just so you know, and we'll be doing Der Hirt auf dem Felsen first, and then our special guest artist will appear.
Before the Schubert, we'll do the Brahms Sonata, 2 movements. Geert auf dem Felsen, or The Shepherd on the Rock, it's a lead or a song about a shepherd, Mr. Hettenbach, standing on the mountain, singing of his love who was far away. And he hears this echo. You'll hear Mr. Ames and myself echoing Mr. Hettenbach's song at points. Then the winter comes, and the shepherd is singing about how long and desolate the winter is. And then a clarinet cadenza brings us into the springtime which is coming.
Meine Stimme dringt, ja, sie mir wieder klingt. Von unten, mein Liebchen wohnt zu weit von mir, drum sehn ich mich so heiß nachher. Hinüber, ja, weiter meine Stimme dringt, ja, sie mir wieder klingt. Von unten, von unten. höchsten Fels ich steh, ins tiefe Tal herniederseh. Und singe, und singe, fern aus dem tiefen dunklen Tal schwingt sich empor der Widerhall. Der Widerhall der Klüfte, meine Freund, nun mach ich mich fertig zum Wandern bereit. Nun mach ich mich fertig zum Wandern bereit, der Frühling will kommen. O Frühling, meine Freund, der Frühling will kommen, der Frühling, meine Freund, und mach ich mich fertig zum Wandern bereit. Je weiter meine Stimme klingt, je heller sie wieder klingt, je weiter die Stimme klingt, je heller sie mir wieder klingt. Je weiter meine Stimme klingt, je weiter die Stimme klingt, je heller sie wieder klingt. Der Frühling will kommen. Der Frühling will kommen, der Frühling, meine Freund. Nun mach ich mich fertig zum Wandern bereit. Der Frühling will kommen. Der Frühling, meine Freund. Der Frühling will kommen, der Frühling, meine Freund. Mach ich mich fertig zum Wandern bereit. Weiter die Stimme klingt, je heller sie wieder klingt. Weiter die Stimme klingt, je heller sie wieder klingt, je heiter meine Stimme klingt.
We have one minor little surprise for you, okay?
Sing of love in sweetest strain, with songs of all occupation are both folly and belief, and his mind is so tremendous he can call the world his own. It's a privilege to be a mighty baritone. Just like the breakneck music faculty.
And now, to conclude our recital, we present a special guest, Mr. Bernie Kaplan, the new principal of North High School. Bernie has many talents, including his abilities as an instrumentalist, singer, and songwriter.
Although I'm not a part of any music faculty, music has always been a large and important part of my life. It's helped me to understand myself, to communicate with others, to appreciate beauty. So it was great, with great enthusiasm that I participated in what was an absolutely stunning concert. I thank our music faculty for allowing me to play, but more importantly, for bringing that kind of music and that kind of talent and that kind of enthusiasm for beauty to share with our children and with our community. I had a great time. It reawakened some old parts of me, and I got the chance to play with some fabulous young musicians as well. So thank you, Joe Rutkowski, and everybody else. I had a great time, especially Roger Ames, who put up with me. I'd like to thank the music faculty of Great Neck for allowing us to share this evening, to Chris Hettenbach and all the wonderful musicians that played tonight, sang tonight. And I'd like to welcome, please, who are the students who are helping us tonight. Justin Wurlitz on bass guitar. He's well worth that round of applause, as you'll soon discover. And Jason Menkes on drums. This is a song called, from the early American classical period of music, called Another You. 1, 2, 1, 2, I'm going to put this away for another 20 years. One of the things that's always fascinated in my life was how poetry and art didn't always result in good behavior. One hears, of course, frightening stories how the Nazis would listen to Mozart before marching Jews to the gas chambers. That struck me when I was 11 or 12, the first time I heard that story, as something that was beyond my understanding, because art and music and that kind of spirit was something that always enlivened and meant more humanity, not less. I mean, art was something freeing, something that the spirit hangs on to and soars with, not something that leads to those kinds of decisions. And there was this guy, this poet, a very famous poet, named Ezra Pound. And Ezra Pound was maybe the most brilliant man of letters in the world. He was an early friend of Joyce, Yeats, a critic. And he left America and became an expatriate. And went to Italy, and as many of you probably know, he was fascinated with Mussolini, became a fascist, and began to feed the Italian fascist propaganda machine during World War II. Well, after the war, of course, some people were very angry with Ezra, and they arrested him. The story goes that they put him in a cage with lights on 24 hours a day for a while. And he was tried for treason, the greatest man of letters of his time, a man who wrote poetry that was beautiful beyond belief, still is beautiful beyond belief. And then, for about 12 years, he was in jail, I think, for treason. At which point, because of the artists around the world who said it's enough already, let this guy alone, he was freed, went back to Italy and lived out his life, mostly as a recluse. Anyway, that issue of how that turns and what happens with all of that, I wrote a song about, and it's called Ezra Pound. One, two, three, four.
Watches the children falling from grace, cries like a baby's on his face. Pride is ascending, beauty has died. Clouds on the moon, clouds on the moon, nowhere to
Rutkowski.
Cantos for beauty, cantos for truth, waiting for wonder. He sets hate loose, losing LTG, cursing the Jews. Poems are bleeding, love's no excuse.
Thank you very much.